All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to climb the analytics ladder. We're breaking down the 3 core types of analytics that every data analyst really needs to master if they want to go from just looking at the past to actually shaping the future.
So to make this all real, let's just imagine for a second you're a data analyst working for a super busy food delivery service. Let's call it Hungry Now. And you know those days, it's just a perfect storm of late orders, stressed out drivers, and a flood of unhappy customer messages. It is pure chaos. So your mission is to be the calm in this storm. You've got to use all that data flowing through the app to figure out what is going wrong, and more importantly, how to fix it. Turn that chaos into a smooth, efficient operation. Now, the best way to tackle a problem this big is by climbing what we call the analytics ladder. It's a 3-step journey, and it's super logical. We start by just understanding the past, then we use that knowledge to predict the future, and finally, we recommend actions to create the best possible outcome. Each step really builds directly on the one before it. Okay, so let's dive right in, starting with the foundation of everything we're going to do, that very first rung on our ladder, descriptive analytics.
The entire goal here is to look backward. We're basically taking this huge, messy pile of historical data and boiling it down to answer one simple but really powerful question: what actually happened? It's all about creating a clear, factual picture of the past.
To make this concrete for our Hungry Now app, you'd roll up your sleeves with tools like SQL and maybe Power BI. You start filtering and grouping the data from, say, the last 3 months, asking these really foundational questions just to get your bearings. And this is where you get that aha moment. You're not just staring at a spreadsheet of delivery times anymore. By using SQL to pull the records and then creating visuals like heat maps in Power BI, you can literally see the problem areas, those specific neighborhoods and times of day where the delays are just piling up. So when you talk about your work, you're not just saying, "Oh, I made a chart." No, you're explaining how you use descriptive analytics to get a real business outcome, finding those problem hotspots that need a much deeper look.
All right, let's climb to the next rung on the ladder and see how this all builds. Now that we have a solid understanding of the past, we can start anticipating the future.
This is where we make that big shift from being reactive to proactive. Predictive analytics uses all those patterns we just found in our historical data to make educated, data-driven guesses about what's coming next. This definitely requires a step up in our toolkit. We're moving into more advanced statistical methods here, and often we're using the power of programming languages like Python with libraries that are built specifically for machine learning and forecasting. Back at Hungry Now, this can mean you build a model that learns from past data and then warns you, hey, it's Friday and rain is in the forecast. Expect a 30% surge in orders and potential delays downtown. You're basically teaching a machine to see the future before it even happens. And communicating this skill effectively, well, it shows real depth. You're not just saying you predicted something. You're specifying the methods you used, like time series forecasting, to prove you've got the technical chops. And this brings us to the very top of the ladder, the most impactful step of all. We've seen the past, we've predicted the future, and now it's time to change it. This is where data analysis becomes a strategic weapon. I mean it. Prescriptive analytics doesn't just tell you a problem is coming. It evaluates a bunch of different potential solutions and then recommends the single best course of action to take. Here, you're essentially running simulations of the future. You use your toolkit to model different what-if scenarios, testing out potential actions to find that single best path forward. So for Hungry Now, you're not guessing anymore. Your model can tell you, with data to back it up, hey, based on the forecast, if we add 3 extra drivers in the downtown zone between 5 and 7 p.m., we'll reduce average late deliveries by 15%. It's a concrete, data-backed recommendation. This final statement is so powerful because it shows your recommendation wasn't just a gut feeling. It was the direct result of a prescriptive model that was built on a predictive forecast. You've just demonstrated the complete journey, from data all the way to decision. So we've climbed the ladder. But, knowing the steps is one thing. Knowing how to tell the story of your journey, well, that's what makes you truly valuable as an analyst. Think of this table as your cheat sheet. It neatly summarizes the entire ladder, linking each type of analytics to its core question and a signature technique. From visualizing hotspots to forecasting demand to simulating solutions, it's the whole arc in one place. And just look at the difference here. The column on the left shows you understand the concepts, but the column on the right That shows you can apply them strategically to influence real-world decisions. It's the difference between just knowing the definitions and actually making an impact. So here's the ultimate takeaway. Reporting on the past is just the starting line. The real power of a data analyst, your real impact, comes from using prediction and prescription to actively shape the future. That's the game changer.
So as we wrap this up, think about your own work for a second. Where are you on this analytics ladder right now? Are you describing the past, predicting the future, or are you prescribing the next best action? And maybe more importantly, what's the next rung you're ready to climb?